figured I would make my very first video on me having a gastric sleeve operation. Anyway, a little distracted. As you can see, there's a lot of traffic. Anyway, yeah, so today is the 26th of June, and I go in on the 15th of July. So Monday I start my 2-week liquid diet to prepare for the surgery. And you probably watched enough videos to know that the reason you're on this liquid diet is to shrink your liver, to give the surgeon enough room to safely work inside your cavity there, to cut your stomach and reduce the size of the mass of your stomach. So I'm a couple of days from going on that diet, and I think I'm ready. As hard as, you know, if you're watching this and maybe you're preparing for a surgery like this, or maybe you're just in those beginning stages of thinking about it, that's, you know, where I was 6 months ago. I was not convinced that I needed this sleeve. So here's the story about me and who I am. Like I said, I'm 53 years old. I live in Palm Springs, California. My history is I've always been not a thin kid. I was never a skinny kid, but I was that big guy. I played line on the high school football, junior high school. I wrestled at 167 my junior year. I didn't wrestle my senior year. And I was always a big kid, always strong. I've always been in good shape. I became a police officer. When I was a police officer, I was 220 pounds. I retired from law enforcement at probably 240. And during my time as a law enforcement officer or a police officer, I had a thyroid that I got a really bad flu. And apparently, I don't know the details how this even works, but apparently this flu attacked my thyroid. But my thyroid pretty much shut down. I take 190 grams or milligrams, micrograms of thyroid medication, and which is, I guess, the max you can take. My energy level constantly, from that point, from when I had that flu, my energy level dropped considerably, and I could feel it. I just didn't know what was going on, what was wrong with me. That's what prompted me to go to the doctor. And after this flu, I just did not feel energetic. I did not feel the same person. They did some tests, and they did discover that this flu attacked my thyroid, and it's history. So I started gaining some weight, and the job got harder and harder, to be honest with you. But and then years later, I got injured on the job, medically retired. From that point, I started working for a major airline, and here at the Palm Springs Airport, and have done that for 7 years. By the way, I'm filming this on my dash cam. It's got a camera facing forward, a camera facing back to catch what goes on in the car or through the back window or side windows. So quality's not great, but this is my first video. I expect to put more up as I go through this journey of weight loss and the surgery and everything, that the steps that are going to come along the way. I hope you join me on this journey, and I hope it can help anybody, or I don't know, maybe put a laugh on your face, maybe, I don't know, hopefully not make you cry. But in California, you have to wait 6 months. I've watched a couple other videos where they just go in and have it done relatively quick. In California, apparently you got to wait 6 months. You have to have a minimum of 6 monthly visits, and you have to go through an interview with a psychologist. You have to go meet with a nutritionist and all these things. And of course, every one of those doctor visits, you got your copay, and then you got those. There's a doctor's fee of $2,000. Not sure what that covers, except for some meetings afterwards, group meeting sessions. You can use the hospital's gymnasium or workout center, which I would not use under these conditions. I have a gym membership at a local gym that I would probably rather go to, because hospitals freak me out. My mom was a nurse growing up, and she used to take us to the hospital, and I have very, very bad memories of hospitals. Smells, all that just kind of freaks me out. It's weird. But I do not like hospitals. Many of you probably don't either, but I am a little bit beyond the average, I think. When I was in the hospital for 15 days, my bare feet, never touched, even with socks, never touched the ground. I had slippers that I would have to put on, and I would not allow the cleaning lady to come into my room. I did my own cleaning, and they supplied me with sanitary wipes. Now, this is pre-COVID. We didn't know anything about it, but I'm just a germaphobe, like, in that way. Like, I can roll around in the dirt and be fine with that, but germs like cooties and saliva and that kind of stuff. Now, I was a police officer. I've seen terrible and horrible things. That doesn't bother me. Just saliva and just hospitals just freak me out. Anyway, so that's my story. I had this hernia that this burst appendix that turned into a hernia, which requires me to get the gastric sleeve, and I've gone through all the 6 month period. It's been longer than that. I should have had this surgery done a couple of months ago, but with COVID, it put a kibosh to any of the surgery. So about a month ago, the doctor called me and said, or the office called me and said, we can get you in if you're ready to go in 2 weeks. And they got some sort of okay to open up the hospital. It was a little early after the whole, everybody's locked down. We're all being good people by staying home, and the rest of it scared to death to, go in, alcohol down all the groceries, leave the mail out to, let the COVID die for a week or 3 days or whatever. And then all of a sudden the doctor's office calls me and said, we can operate. I kind of turned that first one down because I just wasn't really ready for that. Now, but then after I said no and that time slot went away, I was like, dang it, I should have done that. So I told him, let me know next available. So July 15th is the next available. So I'm ready. I gotta do it. I gotta lose weight. I don't have any other issues like diabetes or CPAP. Now I'll get into my weight. This morning, I weighed myself. I was 323.6 pounds. First time I weighed myself in a while. To be honest, because I know I'm going to be on this 2-week fast, I'm kind of hitting those, like I'm on the freeway, I'm 1 hour and 21 minutes from home, hopefully. And there's a Popeye's chicken in about 40 minutes from here, and I knew I was going to stop there on the way home, so I've been kind of letting go. Like the other day, my wife made a salad. I didn't like this salad dressing, so she never even knew. I called Domino's and had them deliver a medium pizza and some chicken wings, because the salad she made, that dressing was disgusting. So I got a pizza in the refrigerator right now. I got a little miniature fridge in my office, sitting in there. She hasn't checked, so I haven't gotten in trouble yet. But I've kind of had no limits in the last couple of weeks because I know what's about to happen. But I haven't been going crazy. So I'm gonna hit Popeyes on the way home, because this may very well be the last time I have Popeyes forever, or a very at least a year or something. So I mean, we eat fast food. That's why we're in this. That's why I'll speak for myself. I eat too much fast food. My body doesn't, my age, my thyroid, my body doesn't consume the energy it used to, or the calories it used to, and I'm not as active, and I haven't worked in 3 months, so I am on a leave right now, and I will be going back after the surgery. August 1st, I will return to my little job at the airport, and hopefully a little bit skinnier, living a better lifestyle anyway. I'm excited about this. When I started going to the doctor 6 or 7, 8 months ago, for those 6 month, one doctor visit a month, what you need to do in California, you got to wait 6 months to make sure this is an operation you're going to really want to go through with. I wasn't ready when I started this. I was not ready. I was like thinking the first few visits, I'm not going to do this, But I am ready now, because I've tried to lose weight. I have tried to eat. We did Weight Watchers, a month of Weight Watchers. It didn't help. I wasn't 100% into it as well, so I can't say that I was 100% into it, because I hit some, if I was out and I didn't have a lunch, I was eating a burger or something, so I wasn't 100%, but I lost a little weight. I was feeling a little bit better, but there was no way I was going to lose the weight quick enough, and I don't want to say 100% guaranteed, but any relapse on that, and I'm putting off the surgery. I got to get the surgery done, because I'm living with this pain. It hurts. So anyway, I've tried that. I currently have the South Beach diet, all their prepackaged. We got a 60-day refrigerators full of South Beach diet food, pastas, lasagnas, whatever. There's some pizzas, little tiny pizzas, and they're okay, but something happens. We go out, there's a birthday, there's whatever, and it's too easy to break that. For me, I just can't. I didn't do well at it, so I'm heavier right now than I've ever been. wasn't back in March. I was right around 300, maybe 302, 305, something like that. But I'm up to 323, almost 324 right now. So this COVID lockdown, not going to work, not, Xbox came out with a new Call of Duty. I play that way too much. Yes, I'm 53 and I play Call of Duty, and I whoop up on all these little kids. Some of them, you can tell their voice hasn't even passed puberty. I don't mind. I'll whoop up on them too. Some of these guys might be my age or in between, from puberty to maybe older than me, but I whoop up on them all. And I've always been good at video games, and it's a lot of fun. So I get my enjoyment. That's the story. So I'm gonna have this surgery. I've lived too many years now feeling overweight, fat. I don't like the way I look. I don't like how my back hurts when I get out of bed and I'm bent over. I don't like how my knees hurt. I've had surgery on both knees. That was my retirement. Why I was retired, injury to my knee. So I got a bunch of damage in there, but I'm 326 pounds or 23 pounds. Yeah, it's gonna hurt when you're standing up. So I just can't wait to be feeling more energetic, looking better, clothes fitting right. I wished I didn't wait until my kids were grown up. My youngest daughter just graduated. She's 18. I had to go to her graduation at 300 plus pounds, 320 plus pounds. That's not what she wanted. That's not what I wanted. I wished I would have done this a year ago. Or I wished I could have been thinner for her. But I'm getting ready for when they get married. I have 2 daughters. They're both going to get married one day. And I am going to look good, and I'm going to feel good, and they're going to be proud when I walk them down that aisle. So I'm tired of living heavy, tired of living overweight, tired of being tired, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna be, God willing, I can actually keep this weight off for the rest of my life, and hopefully that's a long time. And that's another reason to do this, because if I keep going the way I'm gonna go, the way I've been going, life is going to be cut shorter than it will be, if I don't. Like I said, I'm not diabetic, but I don't want to say I'm close, but I don't even know. But CPAP, I don't want to live with that. My mom and I have a brother that uses a CPAP machine. That is not something I want to live with. I'm sorry. I got my girls to watch them get married, and to watch them fall in love, and to watch them, all the excitement of getting engaged and going to college, and all these amazing things. So I want to live for that, and I want to be healthy for that, and I want them to be proud that their father. I waddle right now. I've waddled for years. One of the guys that works, he teases me about how I waddle. I see it like in a shadow when there's sun behind me, and I can see that. Or at my house I got security cameras, and every once in a while I have to look at something on the security, and if I walk by the camera, I'm like, dang, I waddle, and I didn't used to waddle. Most of that is because my knees hurt, and I've lost some of my flexibility in my joints, but I know a lot of that is because I'm 320 something pounds, and it hurts to walk sometimes on my knees. And so I'm sure if I get rid of some of this center mass, the waddling is gonna fix itself. It's gonna right itself. It's gonna at least not be over dramatized by a big fat guy waddling. A skinny guy waddling, you can say, oh, maybe he's got a sore knee or something. So I'm excited about that. The first couple of weeks are going to be really tough, having a full-size stomach and only putting liquid in it. One of the other side effects are hair loss. I don't have a whole lot left, but I think they say that you're going to lose some hair after like 6 weeks. That kind of stops, and so don't know how that's going to affect me. The more you take your vitamins and your supplemental irons and minerals, the better you do with the hair loss. So but I just, in a year from now, you guys will see, keep track of my neck. Few months I'll do another video where maybe you can see some change here. Maybe you'll see some change. I'm excited. I want to get down to 200 pounds. So that is my goal. You're going to see other videos that I will post. I'm going to do one coming up here. Promise I'll do it before the surgery. I want to do a shirtless thing, just it's an embarrassment, but I'm going to do that for you guys, and so you can see what I look like right now. You're going to see my hernia, how that is just terrible looking. You'll know why I'm going to have this surgery done. And if I didn't have this burst appendix that turned into a hernia, I would never, I don't think for myself, I would be thinking of having this surgery. I don't think I would even think about it. I think I would just, either live this way or just, because it's hard to exercise with this hernia, and you can't. I enjoy editing videos. I'm not the best at it, but I know how to do it. And, maybe I can make these okay. So that's why I'm making this video here, my first video of the series. And hopefully I can be kind of regular on these videos. I encourage you guys to pray for me. Hospitals are scary right now. The hospital I'm going to has a COVID ward. Palm Springs is, I don't want to say high in numbers, but depending on where you're at, it's not as high as Seattle or New Jersey or New York. But we have a decent amount at our hospital. It's in our Palm Springs area, and I'm a little bit spooked about that. Pray that my surgery goes well, that I'm able to get out of that hospital as quick as possible with no complications from the surgery or complications from COVID or any other. Keep me in prayer. Subscribe to the channel. If you see it, please give it a like. That will inspire me to do more if I get at least a couple people saying it was helpful, or some part of it was made sense. So if that touches you, please give a like. Maybe drop some words of encouragement if you've gone through it, or you're the best. I love you, God loves you, and love yourself. Stay healthy, stay safe. Keep away from any COVID. Okay, guys. Adios.